What's up, guys? Team Oversight here, and we got the sauce for you for your salad. Here's your salad boy deck profile. Go ahead, Connor. Show us this fresh salad.
So 3-lady debug. This searches out every salad monster in the deck. It by itself is at least a decent board because you get the gazelle. If you have this and a gazelle or this and a spinny, it's full combo. So like this is one of the better cards in the deck. 3 gazelle. This is the best main deck monster. Whenever a Salamangreat leaves the goes to the graveyard, you get to special summon from your hand, and when he's normal or special summon, you get to send a Salamangreat card to the graveyard. 3 Foxy. This is basically Pot of Duality. And then you can, if there's a face-up spell or trap on the field, you get to you can pitch a Salamangreat card and special summon from your graveyard.
Right, Connor? If they just do the alternate arts from the Dark Magician Guild stuff, as
Yeah.
Lost Art promos.
Yeah. 360 no scoper.
3 spiky boy.
Yeah. So this one, you can discard it to give a Salamangreat 500 attack, and then you can pitch it to give him 500 attack, and then you can special summon them from the graveyard if you control a Salamangreat monster. And that's it for all the 3 of monsters. And then you play 1 Jaguar. You get to put a Salamangreat card from your graveyard back into the deck, and then special summon into a link zone of a Salamangreat monster. And then 1 Falco. Whenever this goes to the graveyard, you get to set a Salamangreat spell or trap from your grave to the field, and then you can return a Salamangreat from your field to your hand and return him from the graveyard. That's it for the Cyverse and the Salamangreat monsters. 3 Ash, because it's Ash. And then I'm playing 2 Artifact Scythe. This card's really good in the current meta game because almost every deck uses this extra deck. So basically, like, what I'm trying to do is on turn 1, I'm just trying to do my combo and set Sanctum, and then summon this whenever they try to go into their extra deck, and then just OTK them next turn. And then 2 Draw Locks. And that's it for the monsters. For the spells, 3 Salamangreat Circle. This is Rhoda for the Salamangreat monsters, and the second effect you can make the link monsters unaffected by monster effects, but I've never done that in my life.
Hey, you gotta be flexible.
I guess. 3 Twin Twister, because back row removal, because almost like Salamangreat is probably the best deck right now, and you need to be able to like clear roars and other strikes and dumb stuff they set. 2 Call by the Grave, because stopping hand traps is good, and also it's just like it just like acts as another effect failure some of the time. 1 of the Salamangreat field spell that you get off the Phalanx to do your combos. So basically it lets you reincarnate, it lets you use a link monster as itself as material for itself. And then its second effect helps you win in time. And 1 Foolish Burial. 2 Impermanences. I don't have Phantasmi Dragon, but if I had, if you have Phantasmi Dragon, I would play 2 Phantasmi Dragons and 2 effect failures. But nonetheless, this card's pretty good too, as you probably know, because it's like in every deck.
Why 2 effect failure over impermanence if you have fast Phantasmi?
Because whenever you use Phantasmi, you have a monster on the field, and you can't use this.
Okay.
If you have a monster on the field.
Okay.
3 Sanctum, because you want to see it.
Okay.
You know, Summon Scythe. Vanity's Emptiness on legs. 1 Rage, 1 Roar. You only ever need more than, you don't ever need more than 1 of these, because you can just get them back out of the graveyard every turn with Sunlight Wolf, and you just get to bin whatever you want to get off of the Gazelle. And then 1 Warning and 1 Judgment. I play these over strikes just so that I don't get wrecked by Danko Seka. And also this can stop evenly matched.
That's fair.
That's it for the main deck, a 40 card main deck. And then for the extra deck, I play 2 Mirage Dalio. What this lets you do is it lets you summon a Salamangreat monster from the deck in defense position, and then when you use it for a link material, it gets to put something your opponent controls back into their hand. A monster specifically. But
You mean a Thunder Dragon specifically?
and then 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Baguska, 3 Balinks. So this searches out the field spell specifically, but can only search the field spell. And then when it's in your graveyard, it's a Return of the Dragonlords. You can banish it to save the Salamangreat cards. 3 Sunlight Wolf. This is the best card in the extra deck. So whenever a monster gets normal or special summoned to its zone, you get to add a fire monster back from your graveyard. And then if it has was made using itself as a material, so either using the field spell or just using it in another monster to go into it again, you can once per turn add 1 Salamangreat spell or trap back from the graveyard.
Is it worth the $10 price tag?
This is like $15 now.
Oh,
And
sorry.
It just keeps going up.
I need to watch more market watches, apparently. I am out of date.
This card is the best card in the deck. It's definitely worth the $15 if you want to play the Salamangreat deck, because it's literally unplayable without it. But like, this is like one of the cheapest meta decks you can play. Like, because you don't need to play Impermanence if you're not like if you don't have the money for it. But it definitely helps. 1 Phoenix. Just clear back row.
And it's a fire.
Yeah. 1 Fire Charmer. This is super good in the mirror match. You get to summon a fire monster from your opponent's graveyard to its link zone, and then like you can just overlay with their spinnies or their gazelle or whatever you just want to stop them from having in their graveyard.
I was gonna say, like, I need to produce 4 red and 1.
2 Helio. Whenever this is summoned, you get to spin a spell or trap that your opponent controls back into the deck. And then if it was link summoned using itself as a material, you get to target a card in your graveyard and target a card your opponent controls, and switch their in the card your opponent controls attack becomes equal to the card you targeted in your graveyard stats. And then 1 Boral Load, because it's good.
Anything you'd change about the deck? Oh, you're doing the side deck?
Like I said about the Phantasmes, if you have a Boral Sword, maybe consider playing that over Boral Load. Just depends on like what you want to do. Boral Sword's really good for OTKing, but this is better for like controlling your opponent.
Okay.
And then for the side deck, I play 3 Pankratops. It's like one of the best sideboard cards right now. It's just like great against every deck going second. 2 Kaiju, because this is really good against Salamangreat because they end on just the Sunlight Wolf, and the Roar needs a link monster to be able to be activated. So you can do that to them, or you can use this against Sky Strikers and turn off all their spell traps. And also need interaction. You can bounce this back to your hand with Mirage Dalio and keep using it. 2 DD Crow, because this is really good against almost every deck. Like, it's good against Thunder Dragons. It's good against.
It's not good against Thunder Dragons.
It's okay. Like, you can.
Mike Shaw, thief of sanity.
What is it?
I thought about that card earlier today.
I don't think I would side it in, because if you banish it and they haven't used the banished attack, they're just
I
gonna.
guess.
There's a blue-black legacy.
But it stops like the one that summons from the graveyard sometimes.
Oh yeah, Hawk.
Yeah, but I don't know. Probably wouldn't bring it in against Thunder Dragons. It's good against Sky Strikers because you can hit the Ray and stop them from recurring their monsters and stuff like that. It's great against Salamangreats because you can hit the Spinny or you can hit the Roar. It's just like amazing against Salamangreats actually. Like 2 anti-spell fragments for Sky Strikers. 3 evenly matched for when you go second. 2 in Rivalry of the Warlords, because this is just like a good floodgate against a lot of decks. like this is even good against Thunder Dragons now because they play all those danger monsters and stuff now.
True.
And then one Imperial Order for Sky Strikers.
Sweet. Thanks for the deck profile, Connor.
You're welcome.
Remember, like, comment, subscribe, boys.